Hi there. Thanks for joining me. Welcome to the long-awaited Q&A video. A big shout out to Gaming Twins who created that awesome intro that you just saw. They've been great supporters of my channel and my Instagram, and they made that intro on short notice. So I just wanted to say thank you. I was well pleased with both the questions and the amount of people who asked them. To make this fair, I've combined similar questions while giving attribution to the asker. Also, I know that when people watch these Q&A videos, they can't wait to hear their own question. So, to that end, I've not only divided this Q&A into questions by user, but also made timestamps so you can easily find your own question first. This is what's known as good UX, or user experience, which is part of what I'm studying. And for my own convenience, I've written down a basic answer to each question, but I'll provide explanations on the fly as well. Alright, so, since Gaming Twins created the intro, I feel that it's only fair to begin with their question. And they had a couple. So, Gaming Twins, how old were you when you started singing and playing guitar? So I was 16 when I started playing guitar. I went looking for and found my grandfather's Silvertone guitar in the basement. And then also, Gaming Twins, Amber Taylor, and Unicorn asked a similar question. What inspired you to play the guitar? So, the high school that I went to, Thornton Academy, had something called the Coffee House, which was a talent show. And a lot of the cool kids were in that, and they would perform every semester. And I wanted to do something different than the emo and the covers that were going on. Then I wanted to do original songs. That same year, I had gone to the Berkshires and visited Herman Melville's house. He's the author of Moby Dick. And I'd bought a paperweight, and it had the quote on it, "It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation." And to that end, I wanted to try to live by that saying. Do you think I could learn to sing with my terrible singing voice if I learned? So I most certainly think you could become a good singer if you get the right teacher and you get the right practice schedule. In a couple of years, you can be a good singer. And you girls are still young. Give it a couple of years, you'll be a great singer with the right practice schedule and the right teacher. How long did it take you to grow that mustache? Well, currently, I've been growing my mustache since the day after Christmas, so it's about 8 months now. And I've grown it before, but this is the longest it's gone without me trimming the ends or trimming it at all. And I may keep it a little longer, I may trim it down at some point. One thing that's a downer is that when you wear a mask, it's very tickly and just not that comfortable wearing a mask. So for practicality, I may trim it down, but it's been about 8 months. Next, my dad, Bob Vanjani. He asked a similar question, so I grouped him after this. When will you get a haircut? Ha, love Dad. So I could have been $100 that you would ask that dad or asked when I would shave, but the last time I had a haircut was March 5th when I went down to Harvard for my on-campus weekend. And since the pandemic hit, I haven't had a haircut or gone out to the hairdresser. And I don't know, I might leave it. I might get a haircut soon. The salons are opening back up, but I'm almost kind of liking the way it looks. A lot of my friends are losing their hair and going gray. So this is kind of, thumbing it at them that, hey, I've still got my hair and my hair's still dark. So that kind of makes me want to leave it. I don't know, I'm on the fence. I might leave it, I might cut it. So, not too sure. That's the explanation. Unicorn 208. I don't know if she says 208 or 208, but either way. She asked, do you have any pets? And this actually, I should also shout out, this Q&A idea was from Unicorn 208. So, Unicorn, thank you so much for this idea. People have really enjoyed it, and I hope you do too. So I used to have two cats called Pepper and Mocha. One was black, one was gray. Then I had two birds. They were parakeets. One was Ian, and one was Fiji. And when I move in the future, I'd like to get some more cats if I possibly can, wherever I live. But in the meantime, I just haven't gotten any more. So, favorite hobby. So besides music, my other hobby is photography. I was a photographer for my high school and my college newspaper, and I've always just kind of loved photography. And I have a couple of film cameras that were my grandfather's that I'm experimenting with now, and I've taken a picture. I'll see if I can include it. It's on my wall of Portland headlight that was a really, really nice picture with slide film, Fujifilm Velvia. That came out great. So I want to try to take some more film photography as well. But I'm really into photography. So Cool. Have you ever written a song? If so, what is the tune? I'll see if I can include myself playing something I've written and then include it here. But yeah, I've written several songs. I was in a band in high school called Sarcastic Future, and we did like heavy metal. But I've also written some folk songs on my own, and would just kind of play them around in high school and college just for fun. So the first song I wrote for the guitar when I was 16 was called When the Snow Melts and the Frost Thaws. So just keep in mind when you're listening to this, it's just written by a 16-year-old, and you know, may not be the most musically advanced. Cycled back through. Why did you want to start YouTube? So I started my channel back in 2008. My friend Brenton wanted me to upload a video we'd worked on in 2006, and I was in college at the time, so he didn't have a way of seeing it, so I had to upload it to YouTube, and that's when I created my channel. And it kind of lay dormant for a few years. I uploaded things here and there, like Bagpipe Concert and a couple of other things I had recorded on my mini DV camcorder. But I didn't really start doing guitar stuff regularly until the pandemic hit. I thought it'd be something good to do, and also I could make connections with people. Then later on, after a few people subscribed, I decided to start doing like beautiful scenery in the back. I had just finished a design class, Introduction to Visual Communications, and I wanted to try to use the concepts I had learned and apply them to my videos. Who is your favorite musician? So my favorite living musician would be the guitarist Pepe Romero. I just like his style. I like how he makes playing seem effortless. Next, we have a question by Wonderland Tingles. So, who is your favorite ASM artist? So, Wonderland Tingles, or Audrey, is my favorite ASM artist, and her paper crinkling video is one of my favorite of all time. And also, she's one of the most kind people I've ever met, has one of the most positive personalities that anybody I've ever come across. And, you know, if you're not already subscribed to her, her information's in my description with the timestamp, so make sure you go and subscribe. Let's see if we can get her up to 150 subscribers at some point by the end of the week, let's say. If you're watching this, 150 subscribers by the end of this week. She deserves more than that, but let's get her to 150. But don't just take my word for it. Here's Audrey herself.
Hi guys, I'm Audrey, or you guys probably know me as Wonderland Tingles. Josh's content on here is amazing. I have grown to know him and he's awesome. He's a great guy. You should like stick around and subscribe. Like, he's pretty cool. He makes like a bunch of music content, which I love watching, and just a bunch of other fun stuff. He's made me like personal videos. It's like, what? So cool. But yeah, he's great. You guys should definitely subscribe to him and give this video a thumbs up. And have a good day.
Okay, next we have a question by Justin Hatt. And he has a bunch of questions actually, so I'm going to address them one by one. Favorite composers: Bach, Mozart, Chopin, Sohr, Fernando Sohr, that is, Grieg, Beethoven, and Wagner. I've always liked the Wagnerian operas. Musical goals: I'd like to at some point be able to read standard notation for the guitar, like sight read it, and not just actually like have to really think about it. I can sight read on the piano with pretty much no difficulty, but I learned tabs, so like when I see the notes, like thinking of what fret corresponds to what note, like where is the C, where is the F. I mean, I kind of know, but I'm very slow at it right now, and I never really needed to know until I started playing a little more seriously a couple months ago. Before that, I was just playing for fun, and I'd like to try to get better at standard notation so I can play some of the old Romantic and Baroque pieces that are free online. So thoughts on jazz and other high levels of music. So jazz, I like it. I listen to it sometimes in the morning to kind of get me going. High levels of music, if you mean, I don't know, opera or something. I'm not sure what your definition of that would be, but let's just say opera. I like opera. I feel that it has all the, human emotions in one spot. I really like the Wagnerian operas. I also like the kind of lighter Mozart operas like Don Giovanni. And I also like, Tosca and some other operas that were Italian in the late 19th century. So, yeah, I'm a fan. Like to someday make it to the Metropolitan Opera and see Don Giovanni. Maybe when the pandemic ends, so in a few years I'll see it, right? Favorite thing about guitar? Well, I like how you can imitate other instruments, and it's kind of similar to the organ in that respect, that you can make it sound like the trumpet, you can make it sound like the harp, you can make it sound like the lute. So just the different colors of the guitar. That's what I like about it. What's your favorite guitar? Well, I already have, my favorite brand is really Jose Ramirez. If I could choose one, I would get one, and I finally achieved that goal. And also Alhambra, I also have one of those. The only thing that maybe is a reach that I'll probably never achieve, maybe I'll get a chance to play it but never probably own one, would be a De Torres guitar. And if you guys don't know, De Torres was a luthier in Malaga, Spain in the end of the 19th century, and he made a guitar for Torrega. But those guitars are just way out of my price range. I do have a great album by Luigi Attademo called The Spanish Portrait, where he uses a De Torres guitar with historical gut strings, Aquila Gut and Silk 900. If I could replicate something like that someday, that'd be awesome. So thoughts on Maine's music scene? Well, I haven't really been involved in Maine's music scene for a while. There's some like light gigs that go on at bars and restaurants and stuff. We have a couple of smaller performance venues. We have a big auditorium, Cumberland County Civic Center. I haven't been that involved in it lately. The last time I kind of was, it was okay. It's there. It's not thriving like maybe Boston, but it's there. People are doing stuff, and I'm not that involved in it really. But I think that the Maine music scene could use a little bit of a boost. How about that? Favorite guitarist? So since you didn't specify living, my favorite guitarist is Narciso Yepes. He had played a 10-string guitar that he designed himself, and it was actually kind of a unique thing at the time and controversial, believe it or not. But he put a nice academic spin on the way he did things, and he had a unique tuning. So he's my favorite right now. YouTubers you watch. So I make a point of watching my subscribers' content. So if you're not subscribed, consider that. I just feel it only respectful that if somebody takes the time out of their day to subscribe to me, then I should return that favor. Also, I watch some other content like Crazy Russian Hacker and Guitar Salon International. I have quite a few channels I'm subscribed to. I've been on about, 12 years now. But yeah, I do try to watch a lot of my subscriber stuff. And pretty much if you're subscribed to me, I've got the bell turned on for your channel, and I look forward to hearing it. So, like interacting with my fans, and I respect them. Who would you like to collaborate with? Well, I do a collab with almost anybody who wanted to collab. Justin, if you're interested, or anybody else, just let me know. It's a great way of getting extra exposure and connecting with people. So best and worst gig experience? Well, probably the best was in 2005 when I was attending a coffee house and I wasn't actually performing that one, they had filled up. Somebody was sick and couldn't show up, and then just randomly the program director asked me, hey, can you just go on stage right now? And without any practice or anything else, I just said, sure, I'll do it. So I went on stage and I played the Mozart piece I play on my channel, the Andante Grazioso. And somehow I didn't make a mistake. I was in the zone. And I was also playing on a grand piano that the school owns, and Thornton Academy is the name of the school. And I nailed it, so that was a great experience. Probably the worst was one of the first gigs I had with my band, Sarcastic Future, where everybody just kind of went off in their own direction, kind of lost pace and timing with the music, and eventually got back together, but it was a bit of a mess. I don't think everybody really noticed. I think some people thought actually that was supposed to happen, but that was probably the worst gig experience that I had. And also, if you're not subscribed to Justin's channel, please click the link in the description below. He's got some great classical pieces and modern arrangements, and here's a message from Justin himself.
Josh sent me these strings, so I'd like to thank Josh. I'll put his username up on the screen. I've checked out some of his videos. He's got a lot of cool different videos that he does, some tutorial stuff with music and stuff. So definitely give him a check out. His name is Josh. I'm going to probably butcher this. Vanjani. I believe is how you pronounce that, and his username is Chicken in Winter, so I'll put that on screen here. So you guys should definitely check him out. But thank you, Josh, and he sent me some cool sheet music.
Next, we've got a message, or a question rather, from Hannah Confetti. And if you're not subscribed to her channel, I'll link that in the description below. Go subscribe to her. She's almost at 5K, so let's get her to 5K. She deserves it. Do you play any other instruments? I also play the keyboard. Is there any instrument that you would like to play? I wouldn't mind learning the violin. If I could learn the violin, I would be able to imitate Misha Elman's playing in Bach's Air on the G string. I just love the way that sounds. It's so emotional. And if I could even get close to the emotion in that, I'd be happy. Who or what informed your musical taste? So honestly, before high school, I was just influenced by whatever was on the radio, whatever my friends listened to, which is basically bands like Limp Bizkit, Korn, Smashing Pumpkins, that kind of stuff. And later on, when I was at the library, and you'll hear the same story in my record hall, I received a bunch of free records from the library that they were going to throw away. And after that, I started listening to more classical music because that's what the records were of. And it just had a different kind of elegance to it, and I really started to appreciate it and see that, this other stuff I was listening to was not even halfway close to being what classical music is. If you could play with any artist, who would you choose? So if I could play with any living artist, I would play a piano duet with the Chinese pianist Lang Lang. He just has a great way of playing, great energy, and I really like the fact that he's trying to foster music in the younger generation. He has a lot of programs for that. I really respect that, and that's something that I really also try to do myself. Oh, we're getting towards the end here. Great. Okay, cool. So Leo Nix, what other types of music do you like? I also enjoy electronic and dance music. I'd studied abroad in Belgium in 2008, and when I went to some of the nightclubs there, I heard bands like Minimalistic, or artists rather, like Minimalistics, and other European electronic acts, and I just kind of like it. It's almost similar to classical in the construction, but it's definitely different. It has some different moods, emotions, colors, and there's just a song for any time of day and emotion with electronic music. I also do like folk music. And lastly, every now and then I like to put on a little power metal, a little Dragon Force or Stradivarius like I used to listen to. Depends on the mood, And sometimes country music too. I like country western music as well. Again, it depends on the mood. If I'm driving down the road on a nice country drive, I'll throw on some country western. Tomas Ericsson. Tomas, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, because I know it's Swedish. I thought for a long time you were Tomas Ericsson, but we've corrected that now. Tomas is from Sweden. So, what is your favorite food? That's a tough call. I had to think about that, but if I had to choose just one thing, I'd say guacamole, because it's quick, easy, fresh, and healthy. And lastly, we've got Todd Lane. What is the secret to a good life? Well, when I figure that out, Todd, I'll let you know. But in the meantime, I would just say that be true to yourself. Be kind to others. That's the secret to a good life. So as Mark Twain said, always do right. It will gratify some people and astonish the rest. Well, those were all the questions that I received. I hope this is enlightening. If you have any more that weren't addressed, you can comment them down below. I hope you enjoyed listening. We're at about 17 minutes here, or 15 minutes here. So, is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed listening. Give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We'll be looking forward to having some more guitar videos. My Harvard class just finished. I've got another one starting up on the 31st. I'll be taking Introduction to Instructional Design and Introduction to Media Production, which is a 15-week course in video. So hopefully that'll get you guys some better quality video, and I'm going to learn some different tips too. So, hope you enjoyed, and have a nice day. Goodbye.